Back at it. Wow, it's been a little minute.
Yes.
How you feeling?
I feel good.
Getting some 2 strands in.
That's right.
Still got this retainer in, so still got a lisp.
We love that though.
Yeah. I could be looking like this. It's the lisp or this. Okay, let's get straight to it. Let's say you get into heaven, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the first song, like the entry song, you would want them to play when you walk in?
Probably Rock Steady. You know that song?
Yes.
That's a good song.
They play it at my job all the time. How would you walk in? Would you walk in hands high or like
Yeah, it'd be like a whole Soul Train thing going on.
Okay. Good answer. Imagine you get the guy, he says you're in D here. You know, I walk in like this.
Okay.
Okay, question. What's one quote unquote black thing that you don't like?
One black thing that I don't like.
One thing that all black people like that you don't like.
Damn, that's a good question. Damn, I can't even think. No. I don't even know. That is such a good question. How about you answer it?
I hate spades.
Okay.
That game, like, it's one of them games like when I hear niggas being like, we played 7-8 hours. I'm like, bro, 2-3 games. I'm like, all right, bro, bring out the Uno.
God, so you don't start. So do you know how to play spades though?
Yeah, like it's cool, but like that's just not no shit I'm finna be playing for any more than 30 minutes. Like it's cool, but I'd rather play Tunk. I'd rather play Rummy. I'd rather play War.
But I think not war. Oh, no, I declare war is fire. But I think spades is more of like the talking shit. You get to talk shit, and you have a partner in it. You know.
Okay.
So.
Next question. What is a weird flex that you have?
I can pick stuff up with my feet very well.
Strong toe ass.
Fuck you. Like, literally, I feel like that's not something that everybody can do. I can pinch. Yeah, it's like that.
When did you figure this out?
I really don't know. I think I just started doing it after a while.
You be out here giving foot jobs? I'm so sorry.
Are you kidding? Sorry. What about you? What's your weird flex?
I can count to 99 in Japanese.
Ah, that is nice.
Yeah, ichi ni son shi ro gochu. No.
Not going
Ichi
off.
ni.
Is you going off?
So, you've been a flight attendant for almost 6 months now. So, in your experience, hold on. So, you've been a flight attendant for almost 6 months now. I'm not gonna say which airline. But how do you like it so far?
It's interesting. It's a lot of fun. It is a lonely job, but I guess that's why you get all the perks to have somebody that you can experience that traveling and shit with. So that's cool. I enjoy the job itself, but there's nothing that it has it. I think every job has its ups and downs, but it's just I don't know. I thought I was gonna be bored with it, but it's even like every time I go to work, it's something new.
So when you say, I guess it can be lonely, like in what sense?
Because you don't have, unless you're based in your city that you pretty much reside in, and unless you know people in the city that you're based in. You just kind of are by yourself. So that's why they're like make relationships with your crew members because those are kind of your family, especially during the holidays and shit like that. So, and then you get back to the hotel and there's nobody there. So.
What's one thing about actually taking a flight that you didn't know or that's kind of opened your eyes, like on the plane, since you became a flight attendant?
I think maybe turbulence. I think that, I mean, you can definitely feel it in the regular cabin, but you can feel it a lot more in the back of the plane, which is called the aft.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think that turbulence is fun. So
Oh, okay. You one of them people.
it kind of wakes me up because by then I'm probably falling asleep.
So what's a normal day like for a flight attendant? Like if you have flights, like let's say because you were based in Phoenix, Arizona. So what is like what's a full day? Let's say you're working today.
Okay, so a full day, it depends. Since I'm on reserve, which is we're like on call. They call me. They'll give me my trip. We'll do an easy trip. We'll do a 3-day. I have 2 legs today, 3 legs tomorrow, and then a leg the 3rd day.
So what's a leg?
A leg is like how many trips you have in one setting.
Okay, so like Phoenix to Dallas is one leg,
Right.
and then Dallas to Iowa.
Houston,
Okay,
yeah.
Houston, okay,
And then Houston to Florida.
okay. And so let's say you had 3 legs today, then you get to Florida, then that's like then y'all check into a hotel?
Yeah, so we catch the shuttle because we normally have shuttles that pick us up for the hotels that we're at,
Okay.
and then it takes us to the hotel. We sign in and we go to our rooms. Sometimes you plan with your other crew members and stuff if you're gonna go out or whatever, but you pretty much go to your room first.
Hold on, sorry, a fucking daredevil crossing.
Like,
Okay, what'd you say?
I said, depending on like if you're going out with your crew members or whatever, you still go to your room first, take a shower, get changed up, get ready, or you get ready for the next day and you go to fuck to sleep.
Yeah, because that was my question. So, like, all right, let's say you leave Phoenix in the morning, then you get to Florida. Of course, it's 2 hours ahead of you. So, let's say you get to Florida at 9 or 10. What would be like your normal, like,
10 p.m.
yeah. So then what time do you think would your first flight be the next day?
It varies because it's not going to be a super early flight because that'll probably be like maybe that would be considered a PM flight or a PM trip. So if I get there at 10, I could possibly leave the next day, or report time is at maybe 12, some shit like that. It just kind of depends because some people have longer layovers or overnights, my bad, than others. I really don't understand how they put the schedule together or the flights at all. So
Okay.
it doesn't make sense to me.
So what's the coolest city you had a layover, or not a layover? What's the coolest city you like stayed overnight in so far?
I think Hawaii was pretty cool.
Oh wow, yeah.
The only thing I wish is that we got there kind of late, so everything was kind of closed. But the lady that I was supposed to go out with, she was like, "Yeah, get dressed. I'm gonna take you out." And so I put this really cute outfit on, and she took me to a grocery store. So. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't had like a crazy flight attendant night yet, so we'll see.
Okay. So what is the coolest airport you've been to so far? Or what's your favorite airport that you've flown into? And why?
Damn, which one was that one? It's so crazy because we go into so many airports. I want to say my favorite type of airport is the ones that aren't too big. Because if I'm walking around in the little ass hills all day, I don't want to walk a mile to catch my little shuttle. But which one was it? It was like it had a basketball court once you got to the.
Oh, Indianapolis.
I think so. Yeah.
Yo, word, yeah,
Yeah.
cause they built it for they just built that a few months ago.
Yeah, it was kind of built like a stadium. So once you get your ticket and you go in, then you see like everything is really cool.
Really,
Yeah.
it's funny because I'm looking for a city to fly into on April 8th for the full eclipse, and Indianapolis might have to be the one.
Are you gonna be able to see it?
Well, it's gonna be 100% visible in the Midwest, so I'm hoping that Indianapolis will be in that. I have to look at the map, but I'm pretty sure Indianapolis is in the
Midwest.
in like the vicinity of the 100% visibility trail. Cause that would be amazing. Okay. So far, like, what is your favorite part about being a flight attendant, and what's your least favorite part? Honestly.
My favorite part is that I get through. Like I get to walk in my outfit and just. I'm in the airport. You know, obviously I'm a flight attendant. You know.
A flex.
Yeah, it's a little flex. You get to go. You ain't gotta really stand in line for them to check your bags, and if you get random, you still get to skip the line. So I just feel like move out my way. I'm working.
Okay. So what's your least favorite part so far?
I probably would say the reserve situation, only because sometimes you can get really good trips on reserve, which is on call.
Can you kind of explain it?
So reserve is like you have a certain amount of time that they can call you at any time and set you up for a trip that maybe somebody dropped, mainly something that somebody probably called out for that day. And so if you're at that base, there's a list that they go by, and your name can move up the list. And then by the time you're one, you can either be on airport standby, which you have to go to the airport and wait until the crew scheduling calls you and gives you a trip. You can be there for 5 hours.
It's like being at work, basically.
Yeah, like it's like being at work. Or they can give you a trip and they'll give you a report time and you'll just have to be there and you'll work that trip like regular. But it can be any type of trip.
Oh, so you could go to so when you're on reserve, you could go to the airport waiting for a flight, and it could end up being a 3-day flight.
Correct.
Oh, so you gotta have like your shit packed.
Yeah, like you pretty much want to always be prepared because you don't know. So I always go with my shit packed. I go with something cold and then something warm because I don't know where I'm going.
Oh wow, I never thought about that aspect of it.
Yeah.
So it could be March, like it is now. It could be March, and you could potentially fly to Seattle, or you could fly to Miami
Right.
and be there overnight.
Exactly. I can be in Seattle one night and then go to Miami the other night.
Wow. Okay. And so, as far as being on reserve, like, that's not every flight attendant's experience.
Not everybody. It's mainly people that are a lot more senior. I think they try to like do reserve on and off. Like 1 month you have reserve, 1 month you have a line, which is a pretty much a schedule. You know where you're going. So you can kind of plan for it.
Yeah.
But there's so many different ways. Like some people sell their entire schedule in the base that they're in and pick up in a different base because they want to do whatever the fuck they want to do. So it honestly depends. It's pretty flexible.
Okay. So, what was the process like getting hired to be a flight attendant? Like, what's the whole journey? How many interviews? You know what I'm saying?
With the company that I did, I applied in like January, and I honestly forgot until I got an email around maybe June with them telling me that they want to make a phone call and do all of that, the phone interview.
Yeah.
And so the phone interview went really well. She was super nice. She was like, "You're perfect, and you need to be there for the first set of interviews." So she set me up. They flew me out, and then I did my interview, and that went really well. I actually burst out in tears in my interview. Wasn't planned.
Really? Why?
Because like they were asking me all these questions, and they were like, "Well, why do you really want to do this, and what makes you really want to do this?" And pretty much what I wanted to say was, I've been through too much motherfucking shit, and y'all need to give me this fucking job because I'm perfect for it. But I didn't say that. I said something else. I don't know. I honestly can't remember what I said because it was just kind of an in the moment thing.
Okay.
And it was a black man in there, and he was cool as hell, and it just really felt like a conversation. So it just made me emotional.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So then from there on, like, all right, after the first phone interview,
They fly me out.
they fly you out. You have an interview, it goes well.
And then it fucking took forever to hear back because there were so many interviews going on. So, I mean, I feel like you pretty much knew if you got the job or not during, like, when they fly you out. Sometimes it could be for other reasons, but for the most part, they let you know because they let me know right away.
Okay.
And then you go through a process where they got to make sure you can fit through the aisle. Make sure you can fit through the escape doors and stuff like that, and buckle yourself up in the jump seat. And if you pass all of that, then you're also pretty much in there. So past all that.
Okay.
And it took like a few weeks before I heard back on like when the training dates and stuff were.
So, on to the training. Can you describe what the training experience is like for a flight attendant?
I think that, everybody's training experience could possibly be different. Personally, mine, it was very interesting. Like the training, it was stressful because it was like a bunch of information. You're in a different city, and they set you up in a hotel, and they give you like food money.
Oh, so they fly you to a different city for a few weeks.
Yeah, like we were there for about a month, 4 weeks. It was stressful because you're just learning all of this different shit at
Like what?
once.
Like what? Like when you say a lot of information, what like what?
Well, some of the shit I can't tell you, but some stuff is just, airplane safety, things that flight attendants do.
Oh, y'all whole
Stuff
spiel. Oh, you
like
have
the
to
whole-
you have to memorize the whole spiel.
Yeah, and we like before I went, I had to memorize our announcements. So we had 4 pages of announcements that we had to memorize, and we had to spit them out. It was tested, and if you didn't get it, then you went home. So.
Okay, so here's my question about that. How do you feel when y'all are sitting there at the beginning of every flight telling people basically keys to save their life if shit goes left, and then see people with their headphones in? I'm gonna be honest, I'm one of them niggas.
Yeah, but you'll also be one of the main niggas that if something happens in case of that emergency, you're gonna be flipping out and asking all these questions when we explain it in the beginning. Read your information card.
Just an information card?
Okay, yeah. There's one on every plane.
See, yeah, that's what these are the questions I want to know. Like, what are the things that like people don't typically know that you know now that you're a flight attendant? Like you said, there's an information card.
Well, it's part of the announcements. Like if you get on a plane, everybody should your next flight, get on the plane, take your headphones out, and listen to exactly what the flight attendants are telling you. Because it's for your safety, it's information that you need to know. Because if I just explained that you can go on the website and sign in for Wi-Fi, and then you come back and tell me, do we have Wi-Fi? I'm going to tell you, I explained it in the beginning. So, I'm not going to repeat myself. It's crazy.
Okay.
I probably will, but I'll be annoyed because it's like a lot of stuff that people ask and have questions about we've already said, but they're not willing to listen. because they don't feel like it's important.
I feel like I'm being attacked. Okay. So alcohol on planes. How do you feel about it? Cause y'all like most airlines serve alcohol on planes. Am I right?
Yeah.
So do you ever get unruly customers? You know what I'm saying? Like in the air? Cause it's one thing to deal with somebody drunk at the bar. You can kick them out. But it's another thing to deal with somebody drunk 40,000 feet in the air.
I haven't experienced it yet. Of course, people have. You're not necessarily supposed to let somebody that's clearly drunk on the plane, though. So that's the only thing that I think I've experienced so far. I haven't experienced somebody getting drunk on the plane because we kind of monitor those things.
Okay.
For the most part, we're supposed to monitor them. Like, I'm not going to give you 5 drinks and then be like, because at that point it's my fault because I shouldn't have given you 5 drinks. But I don't know. It's just kind of, you just kind of got to pay attention to that type of stuff.
Okay. Sorry. So if someone wanted to be a flight attendant, what is one thing you'd warn them about? And not necessarily in a bad way, but just a warning of like, hey, you know.
Well, make sure you have like a support system. Because, like I said in the beginning, it can get really lonely. It can fuck with your mental a little bit. It definitely fucked with mine. Just because I'm very family oriented and I love my friends. So.
Right. And so can you explain like how the living situation works? Because, you know, you're from Atlanta and ultimately they moved you across the country. And so is it like that? Like, I mean, I know you can't speak for every airline, but like, I guess can you just speak to like what that's like, you know, sign up for a job, cool, but then having to end up being relocated to another city, and then what is the living situations like? Like, do y'all live in hotels? Like, what is it like? 'Cause of course, you're in a hotel when you fly to another city, but what's the day to day life like?
Well, I'll just speak for me. Because they put me in Arizona first.
And you're from Atlanta,
Yeah,
which is
and
crazy.
I'm from Atlanta, so there's different options that you can have. It kind of depends on how financially stable you are. So I wouldn't say if you want to do this job, just, I mean, you can if you want to, but I would say you have something saved up or have a plan or something because the first, like, people have been telling me, and I haven't even made my 6 months all the way, but like that first year is going to be kind of stressful. So like I stay in a crash pad, which is pretty much somewhere that I can keep my stuff at. I can lay my head because I work, and when we're working, they have hotels for us, so I don't have to pay for that. But when I'm not working, I need somewhere to stay while I'm in Phoenix because I don't plan on commuting back and forth. It's a pretty long commute.
Yeah.
So I stay in a crash pad.
So, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, so in these crash pads, like, what is a crash pad? Like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it means exactly what it says. It's somewhere for flight attendants, and pilots to stay at while you're in a different city that you don't necessarily live in.
Oh, so there's like how? So we're talking about like maybe like 8 people to a house, or like 4 people to a house. You know, like, is it
Well, the
almost
one,
like a?
yeah, like it just kind of depends on what the setup is because you can have like the one I was at. I'm pretty sure, I think she had like 16 beds.
Oh wow.
Was 4 to a room, and there's 3 rooms. 15, 12. What is that?
It's You said 3 people to a room, 4 rooms.
No, 4 rooms. Oh, yeah, 4 rooms and 4 people to a room.
That's 16.
16, yeah.
Yeah, you said 15, but no.
Okay, no, because I said.
But who's counting? Not you, apparently.
Now, fuck you. Now, sometimes it's not like a full house, but the max that I'm sure we've had was like 11. So, but it kind of works out because everybody's not always there at the same time because everybody is flying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Cause I'm picturing 16 people in the house at one time, showers and things. But okay, that's true because someone might be in Memphis, someone might be in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some people are commuting and they just have to have like the basics there just in case they can't get home or whatever the reason is.
Okay.
But I just wasn't willing to commute that much because it's a 4 hour flight back and forth. That takes up a whole day. So I still would, it's just too much
Okay.
for me.
Okay, and so is your schedule pretty much set as far as days, or is it kind of like you can just one week you might be flying Monday through Friday, next week it might be like the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
So it's set. We bid for it, and then they give us whatever. Since we're new, I feel like we get the leftovers.
You bid for flights?
We bid for a schedule. You can bid for flights. I'm also still figuring out the bidding situation, so I'll probably do it all types of wrong. But this month, I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So those are the days that I have reserved. Those are the days that they can call me, and I work. But then I can also pick up trips on the days that I'm off. So
Okay. That's an interesting life. So, would you advise people who like want to get into it to look into it? Because I feel like flight attendant is one of those jobs that almost everyone in the back of their mind thinks like, man, I would love to try that.
yeah, I mean, I think that it's fun. It's not what you may. I mean, unless you've been in that industry before, which this is my first time, so I knew nothing about it for real, besides my mom being one, but she also was just starting. So, I mean, I say if you want to travel and see new stuff and pretty much not have to pay for that specifically, then I would say do it. But you just got to know that you do need a support system. I would recommend having maybe something saved up, but if you're going in blind like I did, then hey, we gonna thug it out. Shit. But I think it's worth it though. I had to convince myself that it was worth it, which I did, and I can tell that it's worth it. So I think it's a good career.
Okay.
I will say, if y'all have to use the restroom before you get on the plane, please do. You sit there for 40 minutes just to get on the plane and take a shit and all of that is crazy.
We can say move bowel. You can say a bowel movement. Have some damn class.
Well, they don't have any class blowing up the blowing up the bathroom when you could have did that. The space is too little and it stinks. So it pisses me off.
Nah, moving bowels 8 miles above sea level while flying on a plane is diabolical.
Yeah, and it's like as big as a porta potty. I mean, I feel like a porta potty is probably bigger than that. So the fact that you actually got comfortable to to do that, and then you want to walk out like you didn't just blow the spot up, you did. And what I'm gonna do is spray. So
Nigga, you can't open a window or everyone dies.
I'm gonna make an example out of you and make sure everybody hears this spray and sees me spraying. Very dramatic. It's terrible.
Wow, that's just kind of shit. No pun intended. That's the kind of shit you gotta deal with as a flight attendant. I would never think about. Can I be honest with you? I'll be dead honest. I just took a flight 3 weeks ago, and that was my first time ever wearing my seatbelt. I did not know you're really supposed to wear a seatbelt during a flight. I'm gonna be honest.
Well,
I thought it was an option.
It's not necessarily. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Before I became a flight attendant, I didn't really have mine on. I took it off after takeoff and landing because I wanted to be comfortable.
Yeah, same.
So, but there's reasons because if there's turbulence or if there's something going on to where they need to drop 10,000 feet and you don't have your seatbelt on, that noggin's gonna get this. That noggin. Yeah.
Put that damn seatbelt on. Okay.
Exactly.
I never thought about having to drop 10,000 feet at once.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's 100 square, man.
You just never know. Anything could happen. Thank God nothing ever really happens because, people know what they're doing. But there's some stuff that I'm sure they can't avoid. So if for whatever reason that has to happen and you don't have it on, or you're walking around while the seatbelt sign is on, you're going flying. And there's nothing that niggas can do. Like, I'm going to try not to laugh because, bitch, we told you to sit down.